Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So I'm going to be talking about the times that I have gotten seriously hurt. But before I do get into the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. I would appreciate it a lot. I'm not going to bore you with all that stuff, but I just really would appreciate it. But yeah, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. When I was 3 years old, my dad, we were at the beach, and he had, we were making a sandcastle, and he was putting down the bucket with the sand, but my foot was in the way, and he didn't realize until the last second, and he dropped it down onto my big toe and then lifted it back up, and I started screaming and crying because he had oh my god, just trying to tell the story is literally making me cringe, and because I'm grossing myself out. But he dropped it on my toe, and my toenail cracked, and it was bleeding everywhere. It was horrible. I don't really remember it, but I kind of do, and it just was not a good time. It was really bad. And then for 3 years, I had a streak going where every time, every fall, pretty much, I would go and just fall, which, okay, you think, oh yeah, you're falling, whatever, but I would scrape my face. The first time it happened, I fell and scraped the entire left side of my face. It was horrible. It was honestly just the worst thing ever to have happened. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but at the time, I thought I was going to die. It hurt a lot, and I didn't know how bad it was. It felt a lot worse than it actually was. I had, pebbles and rocks stuck in my cuts and everything. It was just horrible. But, my dad didn't make the situation any better. You want to know why? Well, it's because he would make fun of me and called me Two-Face, like Batman, a DC character. He would call me Two-Face, which he was joking. But I kind of hated it because I was like, I'm not Two-Face. I just scraped the left side of my face. Okay, maybe I am Two-Face. Whatever, shut up. And then I just for 3 years, I didn't scrape my face too bad after the other 2 years, but I still did. It was just insane. I don't really know what was happening then. But just this year, actually, when I was walking to school in the winter, I was walking to school, and it had been a little icy, so I slipped and fell, got back up, was like, okay, whatever, then slipped and fell again a meter down from where I just was, and I fell and bent my right wrist kind of far back, pretty far back, I landed on it, and I was like, man, that kind of hurt, whatever, got up, was walking to school with my friend. While we're walking to school, I'm like, man, my wrist really hurts. Whatever, it's fine. I'll just go to school. So then I get to school, and I'm doing my schoolwork. I'm doing French, and I'm, typing everything, whatever. Had a supply teacher at the time as well, which just made it even better. I'm doing my work and whatever. Basically get it all done, and it's about, I think, 10-15 minutes before break, and then I'm like, man, my wrist is killing me. I can't really move it. It hurts to type. I'm in pain trying to do my work, and I was basically already done. I had a little bit more to do. I think I had one more worksheet or something like that to do, so I was like, I'm basically done. I'm gonna tell my teacher that my wrist really hurts and that I can barely do my schoolwork. So I go up to her. She puts down her book that she was reading, all right? Puts down a book, and I'm like, hey, my wrist really hurts. And she stares at me. You want to know what she says? What do you want me to do about it? This teacher, man, she just straight up tells me, what do you want me to do about it? I'm like, I don't know. You're the adult. You're the teacher in this situation. If you don't know what to do, send me off to the office. I don't know, something. Help. I am in agony. I am in pain. I need assistance. Something. Help, please. So I'm like, I don't know. I can't really do my schoolwork. It really hurt. And she's like, okay, well, it's almost break. So take the break and rest your wrist and see how it does after. I'm like, bruh, I am in agony. I want to die. So I don't know. I was just like, all right, whatever. I guess I'm just having to deal with the pain now. So I go sit down, start watching YouTube. And after I finish my work, I get it all done. I'm like, okay, I need to leave. Like, I need to go home now. It hurts way too much. So about like after the break, I go. It's about like 11 because we have our break super early, and we have our break at like 10. I don't really know. School's weird. So it's about like 11, and I'm like, all right, yeah, I need to go. So I go up to my teacher. I'm like, can I go to the office? And she's like, sure. So then I start walking to the office. I'm walking, holding my wrist because I'm in so much pain. I get into the office. I'm like, the lady working at the office just stares at me, and I'm just like, hi. And she's like, what can I do for you? And I'm like, I fell this morning and hurt my wrist, and then I tried to go the rest of the day, but it really hurts. And she's like, okay, do you need to go home or do you need nice? I'm like, I don't know, maybe could you call home? And she's like, okay, let me do that real quick. Calls home, calls my mom's phone. She doesn't answer. I'm like, oh no. Calls my dad's phone, and he answers. I'm like, yes, thank God, I'm gonna go home now. I can't wait. Oh, life is gonna be great. I'm gonna go home, not play any video games because I literally can't move my wrist, and then probably end up dying. Whatever, at least I don't have to sit at school and do nothing anymore. Gets on the phone with my dad, is talking to him, and she looks at me and she's like, do you need to go home? And I was like, she was like, do you need to go home or can you stay for the rest of the day? And I'm like, I mean, I could try. And then she just cuts me off and she's like, all right, yeah, he said he's going to stay the rest of the day. We'll get him some ice. And then I'm just like, I said I could try. I never said that I want to. I was like, if it's my only option, sure, I'll stay the rest of the day. But I don't really want to. So she ends up talking to my dad, and I now have to stay the rest of the day. And she gets me some ice, and I go back to class. I sit down, and I complain to my friends on Google Classroom. I'm like, I want to die. I hate this. Why am I still here? So then class ends. I go into, like, I walk outside. My dad's there waiting for me with a car, to drive me home. I get in the car. He's like, oh, are you okay? And I stare at him and I just say, no, I can't move my wrist. It really hurts. I wanted to leave, but she didn't, she just interrupted me and I never got a chance to say that I wanted to leave. So we go home. I told my mom about it, and then she starts going off about how I should go to the doctors because it might be sprained or broken or something, because I literally couldn't move it. Like, I couldn't move it up, I couldn't move it down, I couldn't move it side to side without it literally just being a sharp pain and it feeling like the bone is gonna snap off. Like, without it, no jokes, that's what it felt like. So we drive to the clinic. Clinic's not very busy. It only took 15-20 minutes to actually get in. We go in. This weird doctor, Dr. Dave, I'll always remember, because he comes in, he's like, hi, my name's Dr. Dave, you can call me Dr. Dave. just comes in like that, introduces himself. He was wearing something weird, I don't really know. Comes in, looks at my wrist, he's like, yeah, no, it's not fractures, not broken, it's maybe just a little bit sprained. Leave it for a week and it'll be fine. I had to do ice, nothing, heat, something like that, I don't know. And we were like, okay. So then we leave, I go home, I do that, and I was kind of starting to be able to use it. Played a bit of Rocket League, trying to just move my wrist. That was a great excuse to play video games. Was yeah, I'm trying to play Rocket League so then I can move my wrist. Amazing. And it's now all better. That was, I think, what was it, like February, I think, and we're now in end of April. So it was a while ago, but my wrist still does really hurt. Like I can't bend it very far at all without without a pain starting to emerge. And yeah, I'll just never forget how bad that substitute teacher was. She just didn't care, and I just hated her. And I have had her, I think, 2 other times other than that day, and she wasn't any better. But that is going to do it for the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, make sure to subscribe and like. I'd really appreciate it. And comment below about times that you've really been badly hurt, or join my Discord and talk about it. And that's it. See ya.